Okay, so in the last episode, we're working on the dump pipe and mocking that up. You probably noticed that we were different location. So the car came with us on our summer break, so we could bring it to the local Vic Roads, and it had its registration appointment. They checked the VIN and all that, and it's now registered. So yeah, that's why it's all back together. So the job now is to, pull all the exhaust manifold back off again, all of the intake off, and, fit the injectors, fit the turbo manifold properly, with gaskets, all that sort of stuff. Injectors on this side, the fuel pressure regulator, work out what we're going to do with this, whether we're going to just pull it off and tie it out of the way, or blank it off with a grub screw or something. We'll see how much time we have, then start working out the water lines for the turbo. So it looks like, I think we're going to go off here, to put a thread through there, tap a 1/4 inch MPT thread into there, and then run the water line across. I'll show you in another video with another section of the video the fittings that we use. Yeah, so we'll come off the water line that runs along under there for the other side. But yeah, so we'll get into it. So these are two 3-inch couplers I bought in black. I bought them purely because I don't like seeing blue couplers through the grills of cars. I've got a 1/4 inch NPT tap here, and that's for fitting the cutting threads for some of the fittings we bought for the water lines, if we decide to go that way. I've got the replacement, the good quality manifold studs, better than the ones we've got in there, just to replace those and not have to worry about it anymore. A barb, that's for our differential, was missing the breather, so we'll use that to fix that up. Got these AN line, I guess you call them holders, and that'll just be across the front of the motor, hold the lines together and out of the way of the belt drive. And lastly, I bought a AN10 cap, and that's just for if we, for whatever reason, take the turbo off, we don't have a hole in the side of the sump. So yeah. Alright, so Billy, who you haven't met and is the fourth part of this, has asked for his face to not be on camera. And that's honestly probably a benefit to you guys, the viewers. If you think I'm bad looking, you should see him. Yeah, so he's taking the manifold off. We'll lift that off, and then we'll remove the butterflies, put the injectors in, fuel pressure regulator, and then put it all back up. So yeah, let's see how this comes off. Getting still connected?
I think so. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Hidden
map
pipe.
sensor.
Yep.
That probably makes more sense that you take the throttle body off, eh?
Whatever. It's off now.
All right. We'll undo those and then we'll keep going.
Too slow.
Oh, too slow. Okay, so it's a bit later in the day now. It turned into a bit of a shit show in the sense that all of the injector clips were missing the little wire that actually locks them on. So all 6 of the injectors were just sitting there. You could just pull them off the injector wiring. So that meant a trip to the wreckers, grab the plugs, grab little connector wires, and then yeah, put those on. But that killed 2 hours, and by the time we got back, we were cooked. It's like 30 something degrees here in Melbourne today. So yeah, so where we're up to now is I'm trying to fit the oil pressure T-piece for the oil line for the turbo. I'm going to have to repin that connector or something into the new connector there. Yeah, then we'll go putting the manifold back together. And later on we'll slide this out and tap a thread in the end of it, so no hole. But yeah, that's where we're up to for now. I'll try and show you where I'm trying to get to. So you can see that connector under there. And unfortunately my deep oil socket's only got up to 19mm, and I think it's 20. Tried it with the shifter, and now we'll be committing a sin. A 13/16 I think might be the answer. Let's see where we go. Oh, it fits. Give this a go. Okay guys, get out of the way. Alright, so the batteries were flat in the camera, but that's the intake manifold all back together. New injectors in, everything back in. We'll come back to getting rid of that when I drain the coolant, so I need to slide that out a bit further. But yeah, been looking at these saddle clips to hold the oil feed line as well up on the front of the motor. Seems like, you know, everyone with a Barrow buys these sort of brackets here that are quite nice, but quite expensive for what they are. I'm thinking just one there, one there to hold the oil feed and the water line out of the way of the accessory belts. So that should work alright. But yeah, that's all for tonight. Alright, so just going to face off the oil drain, I guess, boss here. They're normally machined from the factory on a turbo car, so just going to hit it with some 60 grit, and then I'll mark where the 2 side holes go, tap those, drill and tap those, and then drill the main one through to the sump. Level. See how this goes.
I may have killed this ratchet. Or is it unhappy because... Yeah, okay. It's the fact that I'm using a socket on it. Nothing is ever simple. Okay. So it doesn't go any smaller than that. It must. What's wrong with this thing? Alright, so I think that went pretty well. I'll give you guys a look. So it looks like, I had a 10mm drill bit. Some people say you should use 13 for the center hole. But the inside of it, the lines we're using for the drain, the AN10 size, the fitting is 10mm. So there's no restriction from having it as a 10mm as opposed to a 13. A little bit annoyed that my top hole there wandered a bit, but it's still functional. So now we'll put some silicone sealant on the gasket. Then we will put some Loctite anti-seize on the bolts and mount the flange. So if I do that and then I stick that up there. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a better idea. So because the holes are slotted, I was sitting a little too far and they were contacting the side of this cap, which if they're contacting the side of that, they're going to contact the side of the actual fitting. I'm assuming I might have to even try and get pan head bolts. So I thought I'd just give it a little bit more clearance. Yeah, that's better. Beautiful. So that's another little bit done. Now I'm going to move on to trying to make a AN line for the first time. So I'll try and set up in a way that you guys get to watch. Yet another test fit. This time for the oil lines, oil drain line.
Did that rotate?
I buttoned it up. I might have tightened it up.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Alright, got some nuts and bolts. Got some washers, I mean.
Hang on.
Alright, that'll sit there. Put one more on the other side.
Yeah. Tell you what, doing those up I think is going to be fun. There's not a lot of room to get a spanner in or anything in there.
Yeah.
Is there?
The more things you put in the engine bay, the more compact it gets.
I wonder if this is long enough. Yeah, should be able to make that work. Such a stiff line.
Alright, that's that. So, let's have a look. Yeah, that'll go in there.
So that'll have to get straightened up so that's sitting vertical.
And how's this going to sit?
We've got two options. We can either have it pointing up, like that.
And where does that go? Goes.
It's got to come down through. I think stock they go down. Oh, sorry, depends. So on FGs they come up and then they go U shape back down, and then I think they snake around, but under the alternator here, but over the cross member. But on the BAs, they are faced down. Then they go 90 degrees. You know, under the alternator here, but there's a gap, but above the cross member again. Then they go across, and then sort of down the front and do sort of a U shape to the intercooler. So personally, I think down is a shorter run, but also probably an easier path. But we just have to see. If you hold this for a sec.
Yeah.
I'll grab our two fitting.
Alright, so that shows the path that it's got to connect to there.
So I think if we go, we've either got this couple that I got, and then that could go like that, which I don't think that's really good.
That's very high. It's
I
gonna
don't
stick
like
out
that.
of the bonnet.
Or we rotate it down and we use this 90 to 2.5 to 3 inch transition, and we get that down there like, we get it around that power steering line. Something like that, but facing forward.
Okay. It's getting pretty compact.
Geez, there's not
there.
a lot of room, is there?
No.
And it's not really a great gap to shoot for, to be honest, because like,
There's not enough room down there.
no.
How the hell are people doing this? Because they're going through this gap here, which I don't even think there's enough room.
That wiring looks like it's in the way.
I mean, wiring I can move. Power steering lines I can't, really. I mean, I could probably bend this bit here so it sits over. Like, see how this is hard line here?
Yeah.
If I bent that way, I could probably get, or I could even loosen this.
So where does the other side of this pipe go? Does that go there?
If it's, so the FGs have it this way, where they this points up and then they do a U shape back down.
Oh, right.
But the BAs do it different. They have this bit pointing down,
Right.
and then they come. The piping sort of goes, between the alternator.
Don't
and
forget,
the
this
crankshaft
won't
pulley.
be on this side.
No, it'll be down there.
That side.
Yeah, it'll be
And
down.
it looks like there's a bit of room
It'll be
on that
down
side.
here.
Yeah.
Be right down
So
here,
I
but
think
then
it will work.
it's going to be competing for space with the oil drain.
Right.
See what I mean? Because like the oil drain's right there.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because that's going to probably be behind, and I can probably angle it to sit sort of behind here. But
Yeah.
yeah, the piping is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh well, that'll be fun. Yeah, so I think I've seen photos of BA piping. It looks pretty. I think I like the BA piping better personally. I think it's going to be more achievable, but we'll have to see how we go. But yeah, I guess now we'll just try and make our first AN lines. See how that goes. Got the fittings out. And when I say fittings, I mean the Chinese AN fittings. I don't know if these are going to break or not when we try to go put them together. But let's see how this looks. Yeah, see the tips at the heads of that are hitting the bolts, the flats of the fitting.
Oh, right.
So I'm not going to be able to tighten that. I'm going to have to get
How much?
panhead bolts.
Take that off. Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, and I'll probably have to just shave down the hex so it's round, so I can get it on and off. Maybe a combination of both will give me enough. Well, it's locked on now.
Oh, is it?
How did I do that?
Maybe they need a little bit of lubricant in the fitting.
No, it's not that. It literally, the outside of the hex, it was hitting the heads of the bolts.
Oh,
holding the
right,
thing
yeah.
on. So,
Yeah, not much I can do about that.
Can I have a look at that?
You can see the witness marks
Oh, yeah.
where it's hitting. So I probably just have to shave it down till about
Yeah,
there.
maybe if you just shave down just these little edges here.
Yeah. Because like this one was okay, because it's got that.
Yeah, it's got the slight recess already.
Yeah, if we make that the same as that, it'll be fine.
It's got a recess, the blue one,
Yeah.
but not enough.
The other thing I noticed, which I've just misplaced, is that it had an O-ring. So I've got to work out where that goes. I don't know if that goes, if that's supposed to go in that bit,
Oh, can I have a look? Oh, right.
or if it's supposed to go in the
You would think it'd have a flat washer, a leather washer. I don't know, that's just me.
is this an olive type fitting? Has it got a little, it's a very fine thread, look at that.
Yeah. It's got anything in there?
No. Oh, okay.
Oh, that goes in the hose.
That must go in the hose, yeah.
That bit goes inside the hose.
Well, that said, Dad,
try.
We've never played with these fittings before because we've always...
We don't really build
Yeah, we've always...
high performance cars we're building.
Yeah, we've always worked on old school cars.
Would you call us restorers? Probably. I don't know if is that the word we'd use?
I don't know.
We're not really ever trying to build cars for power. Should I have taken the tape off?
Is that the right length?
Well, I was going to get one side on and then I've got to cut the other side.
Maybe before you keep going, maybe we'll research how to do it properly.
I've watched a couple of videos. But, yeah. I just don't know if I got to take a tape off. Maybe, yeah. I'll watch a video. Alright, to YouTube we go. Alright.
So what are you doing? You're screwing it on
I'm just trying to...
as much as you can.
I think so. Alright, so I think I've gotten that butted up to the thread.
Yeah.
Which I think is what you're supposed to do. And then I'll start... Oh no, actually he said to not butt it up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not completely butt it up. Otherwise you won't get the thread started, is what he said. And now if I start that, I don't have any fancy aluminium pliers or anything to do this, so
Let's put a bit of tape on the shifter spanners, trying not to...
To be honest, if I mark them up, it's an excuse for me to paint it black, because I really don't like the...
yeah, the multicolorism.
Yeah. I mean, back in like your, in Street Machine, in the 80s,
yeah,
these fittings were like...
Oh yeah, it made the car go faster.
Yeah.
Those
Everyone
fittings.
wanted that.
Everyone knew that.
So when's the bench vise getting put in?
Maybe
That would
tomorrow.
be quite handy right now. I feel like the AN fittings are kind of overkill for this job anyway. Like it just might be a little too, too racy.
Too flash.
Yeah. I actually need to like stand on it or something. It's
Just get it as tight as you can, don't you?
I thought I have to make it bottom out.
Oh,
I don't know. Well, these are, AN is like, can't remember what it stands for, but I'm pretty sure these are aircraft fittings. These are like, been around since the 60s.
You want me to have a go?
Yeah, you want to have a go?
Yeah.
The other thing I got to make sure is that that's actually quite tight against there, so it's not ruining anything. Alright.
And hold this. Alright, shift the spanners correct way.
Do you reckon it'll cinch down before the aluminium thread gives up?
I don't think that's going to go on anymore, mate. I've put that on very tight. I think that's about it.
I will leave it there for night and I'll do some more research, but I think it's actually got to go.
We'll put it on the video
Got to go in.
and we'll see what the viewers say.
Yeah. I get the feeling. I think what's happening is inside here, that taper on the end of this piece is designed to bottom out, and the taper of the end of this piece and squish the pipe against it. So I think that if you don't get this all the way down, you're probably at risk of it being able to slide back out.
There might be a slightly bigger hose internally or something.
The other point is this is all not name brand stuff. This is crap. Like, well, not crap. I mean, it's just cheap, so it's probably crap. It's crap, actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad saying it's cheap.
I don't think that's going to come apart.
Well, this I'm not concerned about this line specifically because this is just oil drain, so it's not really under pressure.
Yeah.
It's just a free pathway. It's under what, crankcase pressure, or 7 pound or whatever.
Yeah.
But my concern is more that the water lines that we have to do, which are the same but smaller. So yeah, I'll do a bit more research. Yeah. All right.